Hello, Contractors of Colorado. It's me, your host, Andrew Lavrins, here with another episode of the Contractors of Colorado podcast. Today, our guest is Shauna Green with Front Range Insurance Solutions. Before I introduce her and kick this thing off, as always, a quick shout out to our sponsors, the Business Foundry, for letting us utilize their space for our contractor meetup events, our general contractor course, my business, and all of the meetings that we do here. And also the Builder's Outlet for all of your cabinets, doors, window, and trim needs. The Builder's Outlet is a material supply shop up in Denver. They have a custom mill, and they will take care of you. So make sure you tell them you're with the Contractors of Colorado. Shauna, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good. It's really good to have you. I know we've done some quick video introductions. I know the page is very familiar. The community sees you all the time, which is always our goal with our verified affiliates, which you are for commercial insurance. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you have a family, you love the outdoors.
Yes, I do. I'm a true blue Colorado girl. You'll find me in the mountains a lot. I grew up in Boulder, 4 generations deep, actually. So we've been here for a while. And I'm a mom, and I own Front Range Insurance Solutions. My little connection with contractors, I was raised by a grandfather who was a master plumber. He owned Rayback Plumbing right in Boulder.
Awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about working with contractors. What services do you provide?
Okay. I provide auto, home, and commercial and life insurance. So, a lot of you need to be calling just because almost all of you, pretty much everybody in a contractor of Colorado is going to need something that we offer.
Awesome. And you cover the whole state. I know you have virtual meetings all the time. You took one earlier. And
Yeah, we do. We cover several states, actually. But our primary goal is to be here in Colorado.
Perfect. Well, dive in a little bit for us, the services that you provide. Can you tell us a little bit about them and how do they benefit the contractors in the group? Because again, they do all need at least a conversation with you.
Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing that you're going to be looking at is commercial insurance because it's something that is necessary to make sure that your businesses are safe. And the biggest one that people reach out for me is General Liability, which, that is crucial. They need to have that. But they don't understand that oftentimes they should also be looking at commercial auto insurance in addition to workers' comp. One thing that I notice is that people don't realize with commercial auto, if you have your vehicle branded, or maybe you're bringing supplies to the job site, or it could even be that you're running errands for the company, you need to have some type of commercial insurance built into your auto policy. The other issue that I run into is that people ask me all the time, when do I need workers' comp? Because here in Colorado, it is an option for the owner of a business to be covered. I always suggest that you are covered if you're doing any type of work. If you're swinging a hammer, you should have workers' comp for yourself. But sometimes there's a gray line as to whether or not you should have it for your subcontractors, because usually your subs will carry their own. If that is the case, you need to have record of their certificate of insurance, and you need to be listed as an additional insured on that policy. The problem that comes into play is if they as in your subs, say that they do have insurance, but they don't, and then they get hurt on a job, you do have potential for your insurance company to now have to pay for that injury, and now your premiums are going to go up. So, you need to remember insurance is for those just-in-case moments. Talk to an insurance agent who knows what they're doing and figure out what's best for you.
Yeah, it's always one of the first things I ask about, whether it's our verification process for our preferred contractors or it's just sitting down with any other contractor that's a part of our organization, is have you had an expert review these policies? I know you've talked about the woes of contractors jumping online and buying their insurance, which is
makes my heart stop.
Yeah.
It's really a bad situation. The one that I see most often, actually, I have 2 situations just recently. I have 3. 3 of my clients, one was an electrician. They were with an online company. They came to me. I actually write with that online company as well. That's the thing. If there is an agent available who's going to write with the same company, why not get an agent that's free? Now you have somebody who can advise you.
Yeah.
So this electrician had thought that he had suitable coverage. Well, he installs some of the ports for electric vehicles, that's excluded. And he wouldn't have known that. Little tip for the day, always make sure you're reading your exclusions on your policy so you know what's not covered. I have another one who is a handyman, and he was written as a carpenter, when there are actual handyman codes available that will make it so that you have better coverage. And then the other one was a pole barn builder. He was written with one of these online companies. He had a claim. He got dropped. And now all of a sudden he was scrambling, trying to find insurance so that he could continue working. But now the premiums are going to be higher because he's been non-renewed. And, it's just this conundrum. It just becomes really messy. It's better to work with someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Having an advocate that, one, understands your situation, but then also if it's unusual, you've offered to go walk a job site before, which I thought was really unique out of an insurance agent and broker. So appreciate that.
Yeah, well, and that's important too, because I can look at things, my brain is constantly thinking, what if? I think in worst case scenarios.
Well, you're a mom.
I'm a mom and I'm an insurance agent and broker. And, one of the things that I can do is I can also assess how we might be able to lower that premium. Because if you are factoring in safety equipment or in meetings where you're having safety control, we can actually get some of your worker comp premiums down and, provide some safety net so there aren't as many claims.
Yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to bring up was premiums. They're going up, it seems. They're always up.
Yeah.
What solutions do you have? Is there any way that you can help contractors afford these? Is there any way that they can, things like you just mentioned, different tips or tricks on the job site that help address high premiums?
So there are a few things. First one that you need to realize is if you don't pay your premium and your policy cancels and you're having to start all over again, it's going to be more. Make sure you're paying a premium, put that in the books. The other thing is working with a bookkeeper so that your finances are in order so that come audit time, you've already accounted for what you thought you would be having in revenue, and it's already accounted for, or payroll or whatever it is that you're adjusting. Another big one, just like I mentioned, is safety factors. Put in the equipment, put in the time to review things. Make sure that your team knows how to be safe.
Yeah. What got you into insurance? I know you said your grandfather was a plumber and you spent a lot of time with him growing up. What inspired you to help out contractors and small business owners?
It is in the blood. My grandpa was a district manager for Farmers Insurance. And then I had a couple of uncles who became district managers. Everybody in my family that was male turned into an insurance agent, even on my mom's side of the family. I even have cousins. And so I'm the only girl, but I'm also a little bit of a free spirit, and I decided to go independent instead of sticking with a captive agency because I can give better coverages, more options, and it's just my style. I like to be able to help more.
Yeah, it's I think a misconception that through networking over the years, I learned about brokers and how that works. You're an agency, you're also a broker. So you get to go and you have
best of both worlds.
Exactly. So I think that's definitely worth mentioning. You told us some stories about contractors. Are there any other benefits to the services you provide that help contractors avoid the nightmare moments?
Yeah, I think actually being a part of this group has boosted my ability to help contractors because now they come to me. Many of them are starting their businesses and they don't have the resources they need. So I will actually provide things like subcontractor agreements. So they have one available that they can just use right off the bat. I have the ability to make sure that their certificates are correct. I can help them work with, if they want to play with the big boys, I can get them there. I know how to work with all the tract home builders. But being here in this group, I've been able to refer them to Yusuf for accounting and Miriam for their contracts and Jordan for their health insurance. And all these people, I feel like we're building up this superpower for our contractors. And I'm seeing it influence them in a big way and helping their business to grow because now they can just focus on the work. So I think I'm a connector. I have those resources. I work with a lot of property investors. So, GCs and electricians, plumbers, they're always asked for. And I'm happy to give names.
Awesome. Yeah, you've been a very valuable asset and a core member of our verified affiliates.
Well, thanks.
Of course. And thank you for the kind words about what we're building here. That is, I think you hit the nail on the head. No pun intended, but that's exactly what we're trying to do, is kind of create this easy button for contractors, because the trades are hard. It's a lifetime of experience that goes into moving on to the next level as a contractor. And if you want to grow your business, I've found that a lot of these contractors or tradesmen don't think of themselves as entrepreneurs like they are.
Yeah.
And that's something that we want to address. And our way of doing that, with my experience both on job sites and working on the other side of supplying services to contractors, has been, we need to make this as easy as possible with as much trust involved as we can, and develop this relationship so that they understand we're doing the right things. Always have, the evidence and the proof that you're doing what needs to be done, but develop a relationship to where they're not worried about it. Let them go focus on the trade, because that's what's going to inevitably grow their business, but they need this professional infrastructure. So that's where the preferred contractor program, the professional program, and all of our verified affiliates do make up this team or family or organization, whatever you want to call it, to where now we have resources that want to work with tradesmen.
I'd add that in addition to that, it's also creating a structure of safety around them. I had a recent experience where a contractor came to me. I did not have any connection with this policy. I want to make it very clear.
Yeah.
He came to me. We just brought his policy over and began the work on it. He spoke Spanish, and so I worked with him very carefully so that we made sure that he understood everything. But because of his background, he had a workers' comp policy where the premium was $4,500 when he came in. We were working to try to adjust it so that we could get the premium down. Found out that he had had a prior company and had not told the truth about it. It was a roofing company. Now he was going to be a remodeler, but now he was doing roofing work. Well, the company found out his premium went from $4,500 to $95,000.
Wow.
And all of that could have been avoided had he been in this network, because the first thing I would have done is sent him over to Yusuf so that his bookkeeping would have been in order. And, had I worked with him before, he would have had the right codes. I would not have let him be written as a remodeler, but he would have been a roofer. All of these things would have made it so that he would have been able to be in a better position.
Yeah. It all comes down to the trust and the relationships that,
Right.
One of the goals of this podcast is, even though not everybody in this organization has met you, they see you. They see the knowledge that you have, and they're able to trust the fact that you've taken care of other people in the group. You'll take care of them too.
Yeah.
It's one of my final questions that I really have for you is, how do you build your relationships with the contractors, seeing as it's so critical to working with them?
I laugh at their dirty jokes. No, just kidding.
Oh, you're going to get them. Yep.
No, I think really it's that I appreciate their vision. I love it. I just had a contractor who sent me a picture of one of their projects yesterday. I really like that, because I feel like I get to be a part of what they're doing. I think that's a big part of it. I want to know about their families, because I know better how to help serve them, whether it be through, whatever insurance I'm offering. I can help them with all of it. I think being that connector, I've been able to really enforce our relationship, because I've helped their businesses to grow, and then connecting them here.
Yeah. That's one thing we were just joking about before we kicked off the podcast, was how nice it is working with contractors, the authenticity that they bring to the table. Whereas we've both done other networking groups in the past where there's all the professions worked in, and they're great in their own ways. And yes, there's a professionalism to them all, which maybe is something we're working our way towards closer and closer with the contractors. But it feels surface level a lot of the times.
It's comfortable and down to earth.
Yep, and that's one thing with our contractor networking group that we do, our trade partner meetup every fourth Tuesday at 7 a.m. here at the Business Foundry. Everyone is welcome.
And those connections are valuable. I've been watching people make their businesses grow with that.
Yeah, it's incredible to hear. And just even on the way out, hey, how'd it go? And contractor,
This was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just partnered up with them. They need a project. They need me to walk the job site, or a homeowner asked, or a project holder asked if they know an electrician. And now I get to go walk the site with them. And it's, well, if this happened in the first hour that we've been here, we can develop that trust.
Yeah.
And it's, who knows where this is going to go. But I think that just having all these contractors together and having affiliates to be able to advise them like yourself is, I mean, if that's where it ends, I feel like we've done a great job. So it's really cool. Thank you again for being here.
You're welcome.
Any final thoughts you have for the contractors?
No, I think you guys are all doing awesome. It's been fun to watch everybody grow, and I hope to see more of you at our meetings. And if you need any help, feel free to reach out to me at Front Range Insurance Solutions. I'm happy to help you.
Yeah, I'll make sure to put all your contact info in the post here and in the video comments and all that stuff. So thank you again for being here. We'll wrap this thing up with one more shout out to our sponsors. Thank you to the Builders Outlet for all your material supplies up in Denver. They're actually right by Empower Stadium, so that gives everybody a visual of exactly where they at. They can deliver straight to job sites. You can come. They have a warehouse and a showroom to walk you through all the products, doors, windows, cabinets, trim. And also thank you to the Business Foundry, always supporting our mission of professionalizing and being a resource to the contractors here at the Contractors of Colorado. And thank you for letting us use your podcast and media room. It's just always a wonderful experience being here on a day-to-day basis. So thank you. Contractors, have a good one. I'll talk to you all soon. See ya.